We are the world. We are the cheering. We are the world. We are the cheering. We are the one who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our life. It's true. We'll make a better day. Just you and me. When you're down and out and see no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's no way we can fall. Well, let us realize. Oh, change can only come when we stand together as one. Well. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that we can't get enough of. Lord, we don't need another mountain. Lord, baby, this is why I don't allow people on my panels. This is why I have restrictions on people. And it's really funny that the people that is giving folk grief is the one that don't come on my channel no more. Praise the Lord. I've been telling y'all this. Folk thought I was crazy. You see what happened? You see what happened? This is why everybody don't come on my channel no more, Tracy. Look, Tracy, girl, look, Tracy. Somebody sent me something that you were, I guess, apologize. I don't know if that's true or not, Tracy, but let me tell you something. Baby, it's all good over here. You have a right to your opinion and your thoughts. Tracy, I'm too old to be getting mad at people. Baby, I don't do all of that impromptu fighting and stuff. Baby, I'm a fight. It got to be for a good reason. And that's how I feel about it. I just know who Dr. Umar is. And it's all good, Tracy. I mean, no water. I mean, let me say them. Okay, and we all make mistakes, Tracy. See what I'm saying? We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, Tracy. So it is all good. Baby, you is the queen. Not you are, but you is the queen of the conquest. Okay? And all I need to do is get to the conquest, and I know I have a guaranteed burger. Baby, you can't hate nobody who think like that. I'm just being real, Tracy. We good. So anyway, it's all good, Tracy. And I wish I could be as gracious as you to apologize, but it's not necessary. We all do it. I'm just glad that you did it, but it's not necessary because there's no hate over here. Okay? No hate over here. With all the hate going on. Now, y'all, could somebody please tell me what Jay Dunn did? Now, some people say that Jay Dunn gave inconvenient truth and it made somebody upset. And then the other people said that Jay Dunn was interrupting and stuff. I went over there to listen to Buddy Lee. That's his name, Buddy Lee. And baby, they was using you. I mean, Buddy Lee sat there and let ZX just talk about Jay Dunn like a dog. And this is when I believe that people on the spectrum, because why you gonna be trying to dox intrinsic? But yet this man talking about something, he gonna dox your mama. But you talking about doxing intrinsic. I don't get that. But can somebody tell me, Tracy says she at work. Can somebody really tell me what's going on? Tracy, could you please type in and tell me what's going on? Because I do know that Spillet Boy is over there and he has some words. And let me say this, y'all. I am not anti-lesbian. I'm not anti-heterosexual woman. I'm not anti-heterosexual man. I ain't anti-homosexual. But this is the beef sector. And baby, these people don't care what sexual orientation or sexual expression or pronouns they use. Long as they can get ahead, get a click in the view, they don't care. They'll throw the whole lesbian population or community under the bus for a click in the view. I'm not saying somebody specific, but I'm just saying in general. Last night was trying to run Treasurer's panel. He banned it. He bumped. Well, I told y'all that. I mean, and she act like that she got to talk. She act like she the moderator. She act like she the moderator. So I'm like, okay, but that's why I stopped it. And she's just so incorrigible. I mean, so petulant. And you just can't deal with all of that. I'm like, come on, ma'am. You're not 5 years old. You're a grown woman. Wait your turn. If he wants to put you in the back chat, it is his priority and prerogative, whether you right or wrong. And sometimes you be doing the right stuff at the wrong time. You just, and you don't get it. And I've been telling y'all this for the longest. Hey, Deborah Smith, I've been telling y'all this for the longest, and I don't have anything against that woman, but she don't get it. It's like that elevator just don't go up all the way to the top, and it's like, girl. Creole Butterfly last night was trying to run. I read that. I read it now. So now then they said that Brian had some things to say. Yeah, it's just crazy. These people are really touched. They are really moved by this B2, this YouTube B sector stuff, and it really, really affects their day. I'm like, I was listening to this. I'm like, is y'all serious? Really? Is it that serious? Oh. Well, that's what she does. When she can't get her way, you her worst enemy. When she can't get her way, she'll dox you. I mean, just really bratty behavior. And I mean, she let ZX talk to her like a dog. How he talked to her. And then the thing is, you don't think Buddy Lee did you in? He was sitting up there laughing at ZX talking about you like a dog. And I'm like, girl, really? And she's like, Buddy Lee, could you mute his mic? And ZX said, you ain't running nothing over here. He said, this ain't Pizarro channel. Y'all got crazy. Ooh, just crazy as cat pee. Crazy as cat pee. Y'all be doing all of this stuff. So what done happened to Brian? They say Brian is a little mad. And now you see, now look, when it's Caldwell, you see people creeping back. I'm gonna tell you what, it's two content creators. One is really not popular. They might have 15 people in their room on a good day. And one was supposed to leave. Honey, they would join up together. They don't like each other, but they would join up together because of Caldwell. And now people coming out retirement. I thought people supposed to be out of, and people can come back. I ain't mad. But again, it's really funny. And you either part of the problem, part of the solution. These people, they just pile on. It's crazy. And I just sit here and look and I'm like, oh my God. Somebody said, which Buddy Lee show was that on? Was it from the day? I think it was. And ZX was talking to her like a dog. And again, King Roman was pointing out his flaws and faults. 1 minute he wants to be nice to the B sect, the next minute we're a bunch of losers. That's why he won't come up on my panel. He really wants to be in the B sector, but he's not accepted over here because he's homophobic. I mean, y'all, the man apologized to me about 2-3 times, and it's just like in one ear and out of the other, like MC Light says. I mean, I don't expect anything from him. It's just to get in. And I just think it's crazy. And people just lie. But again, it's easy clicks and views, and that's what people go for. And if that's what they want to do it. I ain't mad at nobody. Oh my God. And the sad part about it, y'all, it's really not that deep. It's just somebody mad. And what's up is this thing now calling people predators. Now, somebody had to point out that the same person calling somebody predatory put 2 women's bodies up there and was stalking them. Ain't that predatory? I just listened to this person, and then she talked about some uh they didn't have nobody for the lesbian perspective. Child, I'm like, Lord have mercy. It's always me. It's always me. Whenever I was, because I knew something was wrong with her when we was doing that thing in Florida for the people who was affected by the hurricane. And this, we specifically said, long as you in Florida, we'll collect. Whenever I was in Katrina, girl, that was like 2, 3, 4 years ago. What's up, Sheffy? What is up with you and this predator thing, Sheffy? Because a lot of people say, well, it's not, it's tongue in cheek. Y'all don't get Sheffy's list. And then some people's like, oh my God, it's really bad. Sheffy, what's going on with this list? What is this list about, Sheffy? I don't know. Somebody was saying that Sheffy got a list. And I'm like, what list she got? What list she got? Lord have mercy. Now we got lists. Oh my goodness. We got lists. We got tests. We got all of it. Sheffy, what's going on? Sheffy, what is this list? They said you got a predator list. Oh my God. What does that consist of, Sheffy? What you got to do to be on that list? Lord have mercy. Y'all doing the most. It ain't even the weekend good. And here y'all cutting up. Sheffy, what's up with this list? And I told y'all what I told y'all. Let me say this. I told y'all Rob Raxton ain't immune. Now, again, James saw some stuff from a different perspective. I saw somebody say they, and they spoke on the they individuals quite disparagingly without saying the name. And the thing is, when Nesdem said gay, you could have easily came back and said, nope, nope, I'm not gonna go there. It's not the gay people, but you knew who it was. And see, y'all sitting up there playing games and stuff, talking about some sheep. It was what it was. But people know what they was doing. Everybody know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. That's why I'm sitting here and watching. And that's all I'm. If I don't have time to fight with these people, I'm sitting here just watching. I'm doing my little commentary. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. Who is this? Who is this person talking about? I don't know who you are. Who are you, and where you coming from, and what can you give to this panel? You need to put it in the back chat. Do y'all know who this is? This Z says what or whatever, because I don't know who you are. I don't know. Hold on for a minute to see who this person is, because I don't know who you are. Oh, okay, then. You better say something, Chef, because you know I don't be playing. Because baby, if I don't know you, let me put my little 2024 up. Because I don't know. What's up, Chefy?
Hey Jay Wilson, how are you? Jay Wilson?
I'm doing all right. What's up with this predators list?
Jay Wilson, I didn't think it was gonna get that this bad. I didn't think it was gonna
Well,
be
no, I mean,
like
I don't know. Let me say this. Jeffrey. I don't know anything about it. I
okay,
heard a little bit about it, and I'm like, well, what's about this? What's going on with this list? Who is it about? What is
okay.
it about? Could you put it in context for me? Because I'm, to be honest, I heard about it. I don't know what it is about in detail.
Okay, so I went live about it today, and I have it right here. It's called Predators jackets, right? It's people who had got like the Predator jacket had put on them, and obviously this was about the whole Ness and Craig situation with Rob Rat, and then it went to James's panel, and then I'm just giving commentary. So I was just saying, if we're gonna give Ness slash Craig, all this flack, we have a lot of Predators or Predator jackets that we need to talk about. So I have Wiley, Ben, Sir King, Queen Tulsa, Dimples, Canola, Fi, James, Shakim Ra. I got Ness and Craig. I got Jay Dunn, Dovey, VS, Big Man TV, Shelly, This Heat, Tracy, and Uppity. So I have like a
How they
whole
get on
bunch
the
of people.
list, girl?
Huh?
How the people get on the list?
Huh?
What's
I
up,
got
St. James?
it was I'm just saying like these are like people who had jackets like predators on them. So I was just talking about it and debunking or even like like agreeing with it type thing. I just made this whole thing in like 10 minutes, Jay Wilson. It wasn't
Mm.
that deep. But then I had got in trouble with it. Uh,
Well, how did you get in trouble with it? Because I mean, how? Because people take that P word really seriously. Because I said it once
right. But that's
about
why I said it
somebody and
was
they
just
got mad because I said they had predatory tendencies, and ooh, they
exactly.
got very upset. But all I
Yeah.
said is that if you went to go pick up that person for good reasons, then nobody shouldn't be seeing no peen. Okay, we shouldn't be seeing no peen and no bujana and slipping on slurpees and stuff. And people got mad because I'm like, if you're gonna get somebody to get them, not get them because what you want to do something. Ooh, don't get me started on that. But anyway,
Jay Wilson, this is just like a list. I just think like people have said that hey, that's predatory behavior, and I just gave examples. And I
well,
also say like
predatory
it's
behavior is putting somebody in a high interest rate or doing mortgage that's not fixed, knowing that people are not going to be making it. So predatory is not only that, but it's putting people in situations they can't get out or that would adversely affect them, either financially or So a lot of things can be predatory, and predatory doesn't always mean sexual.
oh no, I definitely agree. I never
No,
said that at
I'm just
all.
saying in general. So I'm not
Oh,
saying you
okay.
should, but I'm saying in general.
Yeah, no, that's just and that's exactly how I made my list.
Girl, that I guess you in trouble though, because it seems like that everybody talking about you done said people predatory.
Oh, well,
I'm telling you. But
and
this
you
is
know
the
they
thing.
they
Folks
told
folk always saying, well, nobody went there when I was. Let me tell you something. I'm so tired
yeah.
of this. I'm so tired of this. So, like, people always want to say, well, King Roman was there and everybody else was quiet. Well, hell, I told y'all, well, I'm not fighting. And it's funny. Now, let me tell you what they'll do. Let me tell you what these ninjas will do.
Tell me, Jay Wilson.
Now, when I said what I said, people said, well, nobody ain't asked for you. But then you'll hear them say, well, what were all the gay men? Okay, you need to name specific gay men. Because again, when you say gay men, then you're saying that I should have been fighting, even though my name wasn't mentioned. And my thing is, I ain't fighting for nobody because when that same gummy tooth man called the job and everything, and people was kikiing and having a good time and making commentary, and they doxed me, right? But now they're getting the docs and all of this stuff, and then they want people to move heaven and earth. And I'm indifferent. I could care less. And like I said, I did not buy that purchase, and I don't have the receipt to it. And I do not fight or carry things that I don't have a receipt for. And that's how I feel about it.
Okay, I can
But what
understand
they
that.
try to do is put people in a general situation. And then when you talk about it, they want to weigh out to say, oh, no, we didn't say you specifically. But my thing is, you didn't have to say it. And I'm saying, bravo for King Roman, but I don't give 5 cents about you all because you didn't give 5 cents about me. And that's what VS said pretty much, I'm not fighting for these folks or gonna do something for them. And then, when I went through my stuff, and so it's no bitterness, but I just don't feel myself obligated. And why should I? And so that's how I feel about it.
That was a lot, Jay
And,
Wilson.
and the thing is, you're right. These women always go for these men, and they brought ZX over here. I didn't see gay folk bringing them over here. He don't like gay people, but oh no, he was up there flirting with them, and people was getting hot under their titty meat. And then the next thing you know, he over here, and then when he couldn't get us, I guess he started turning on them and the Les material. How he talked to Jay Dunn was just absolutely just abominable, and said that he gonna find some things to put in her mama mouth. I'm like, oh God, that's really sick. And you can't say you're a Christian or study the book saying that kind of foolishness. And my thing is, where your diploma? Not diploma, but where's your diploma? Because the people is saying that you was in South Carolina without a diploma. And you do you have a diploma? And I'm just asking because the people say you don't even have a GED. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. Go ahead, Shep, because I'm about to get in trouble. Let me drink some coffee. Mm, Shep done left up here. But anyway, that's what I heard, you all. So I just think it's terrible. And y'all brought the person over here, and this is what they doing. And I don't feel sorry. I'm just sitting here looking, and I'm just sitting here looking at these plays. And guess what? I'm not upset because of your clicks and views. I'm not upset because of your super chat and your coin. But what people are doing is going from panel to panel, using y'all, and then they'll go and talk about y'all, talk about the sector. Y'all is easy. Y'all easy. You're an easy lover. You get a hold of you. Okay? You an easy lover. You's an easy lover. All you gotta do is throw a little coin. And the next thing you know, boom, you know, 30 pieces of silver and you'll settle everybody out. So I just think I'm just looking at this. What else is going on? Because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff going on here. And I'm just looking. This is why I don't let the Umar boys on, like I said earlier, because I think Umar is homophobic. And so if he got some followers, I don't want to deal with him. That's why I don't let some people come on over here. I just don't be playing with these folks. I'm China Kitty. Let me put my little banner up. I trust, but I verify. I don't play no more because, baby, these people trying to take every page down, page by page. Is this China White?
Hey,
What's going on? What's going on? Give me some
hey,
tea. What's going on? This stuff is happening faster than I can click on.
it is crazy, and I
What's
find a
your
lot
take?
of
What's your take on it?
this my thing because I'm a straight woman, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I feel a certain way about how disgusting old folks over there talk to Jay Don.
We talk
I
to her like a
was
dog.
I was floored. My mouth was on the floor. I'm gonna tell you something. I have heard him drag. I think this is like the second drag that got disgusting with him. The way he talked to her, how he was gonna ride her like a pony and pull her hair and flip her big butt
Well,
up.
first of all, what hair you gonna pull?
He said he was gonna pull her dreads or something.
Wow.
I'm like, don't he understand no means no? And I
Mm.
found it crazy that a lot of people actually were supporting him. A lot of people were.
Because they
I
don't
was
like Jay Dunn. And I was surprised. Let me say this. I don't care for Jay Dunn's ways and how she comes up on panels and just suck the air out of it and make it about her and try to control it. However, one thing I do not do is I don't the things he said was far beyond roasting and gagging. It was just plain disgusting. And you're right. It was on the verge of bullying and harassment. And I think and I think he needs to watch that because what he was saying could really get him into trouble. And especially
right.
if this woman is a protected class. See, y'all need to be watching these. Y'all better watch it because first of all, I'm gonna be 55, so I'm gonna be a senior citizen, black, gay. I'm protected all over. Okay, and I'm telling you, you might find a lawsuit. I'm just saying, but he
Hmm.
said a lot of bad stuff, and then stuff about her mama, and I'm like, wow. And people like that. And see, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. This is why I don't jump in a whole lot of B-sect and stuff and argue with these people because they are really dark and they are really in a low place. And I'm like, how can you say that about somebody's dead mama? And again, don't get me wrong. People been talking about folk dead mamas. That's why you got a man not upset and unhinged because somebody done talked about his dead mama in a red shoe. And I don't play with that because, again, to me, I don't think it's funny. I'm sorry the man mama died. But again, I can't tell people how to fight. I really can't tell people how to fight. All I know is I don't fight like that. And that's all I can say. I don't even agree how the gay men talk to each other, you know, and how they call each other out and all of this pseudo masculinity. I heard one always calling somebody the F word, and I'm like, dude, you like men as well. What's the problem? So I see a lot of self hatred going on. I see a lot of stuff going on, and that's why I'm in it for me. I'm in it for me. Go
Right.
ahead.
Right. I totally agree with you, Jay Wilson. I literally watch you. I stopped watching. I was back and forth with two different live streams, but I really wanted to hear your perspective because I don't think a lot of people actually get it. And even though Jay Dunn have done what she have done, and people can say what they want to say about Jay Dunn, but the difference is with me is that Jay Dunn had interactions with those women whoever those women were, she had interactions with them. She was on the phone with them. She met up with them, whatever she had going on with them. With her, the difference between her and old folks home is that she never talked to him behind the scenes. She never want that type of energy from him. So for him to be speaking between her legs, I thought that was disgusting. And this is coming from a woman, right? So when you hear that type of stuff, and even you a man, you can even, listen to it and say, that's going too far. Just
It
like when
is.
Jay
And like I
Dunn
said,
do what she
I
do.
don't go ahead. I don't entertain. Let me say, I don't entertain Jay Dunn on my platform, but I don't think she deserved to be talked like that by him, which I thought was really, really disgusting and despicable. And see, this is what get me: the gay men over here, we gonna roast and gag you, okay, and we gonna fight you. But baby, this man was talking about what he was gonna do to her sexually and all of this stuff, and people, and nobody ain't gonna say nothing about it. I'm telling you, that people move on just like it's nothing. And this is why I sit there and look. I'm like, don't say nothing to the gays. No, that straight man allegedly sat there and told Jay Dunn, and Buddy Lee sat there and let him do it. And they sat there and laughed at it. And I want to see the outcry. Y'all against heterosexual men. Y'all know we just see what y'all do. We know what we do over here, but we saw what you did to her and how you said her mama don't have nothing to do with this. And you said you gonna do that to her mama's pictures and stuff and edit it. Stuff. I'm like, that's sick.
Wow.
That's it. And now
Yeah.
I don't put Jay Dunn on my platform though, because what she did on Spillet Boys panel, from what I heard, it may so let's hypothetically say it's true. But again, you don't control people's panels. You don't facilitate people's panels. And that's the price you have to pay going on other people's channels, is because they control and facilitate their panels. And you can't tell people when to drop folk and do this because it's their panel. And I don't think she gets that. And I think it doesn't register to her.
I think Jay Dunn gets it because Jay Dunn only do that over here in the beef sector. But if you notice when Jay Dunn go to other sectors, she don't do that. She don't be
Well,
like drop them mute.
she got dogged out in other
She got
channels.
dogged out. She Jay Dunn go to them other channels and other sectors. She don't be like, let me talk and drop this person. She only, from my observation, she only do it in y'all sector because she's familiar with y'all and y'all are familiar with her.
Don't do it
So
in
when
my sector no more. Because I mean, at least on my channel, because she don't come up.
right, but one thing I like about you is that you call out the BS. Just like when she was doing all that crazy stuff on her community wall, you called out and say you're wrong.
And
You're
I
wrong.
told her that. I said, look, y'all. I'm telling you. Don't get me wrong. I have a good kiki, but again, either you are for the peace or for the strife. And I really am for the peace. I'll come up and give you what you want a little bit, but I'm really for the peace. And then my thing is, what is your long term strategy? I told Jay Dunn, I'm like, please take those women pictures off. That is not good, Jay Dunn. You are a professional person. You don't need to do that. And I think she got mad because I dropped her from my channel. She was rude. And the next thing you know, my whole phone number, what's up, Ness, is out there. So I'm like, that ain't funny. And then I had to let her know, because you did that, there were a lot of things that were happening. I'm telling you, if she used one word that saved her, because the police were like, "Oh man, this is really bad." And I said, Jay Dunn, people would have done this and said these despicable things unless you put the number out and you did it, and this is why it happened. So this is why you don't come on my platform. And even if you apologize, I don't know if you get it. You don't get the severity and the gravity of your actions, and I don't think you feel empathy really sincerely. So I back out. I'm like the sharks, I pass. I'm out, and so I'm done. So
Right.
so now what's going on? Let me say this to Ness. I'm gonna say this to Ness, and Ness, this is no shade. Take it how you want to. But I think that now that you are not with that person, I think you need to go ahead and run for the hills. Okay. Young hearts, run free, never be caught up like Edie and me. Young heart, to yourself be true. Don't be no fool when love really don't love you. Because let me tell you something. If people love you like they say they do, they would not be over at Brianna and they would not be over at Pizarro spilling all that tea. We should have not known that somebody was getting some. We should have not known that. And I mean, seriously, that's now I know you would say that's messy, but my thing is that's your tongue. That's her coochie. We shouldn't have known about that. And I think that was tacky. I really do. And I think you deserve better than that. And I'm just being real. And when people do that kind of stuff, that's some crazy stuff because then they vindictive. And then it gets real stalkerish and stuff. And then people think they control people with money and stuff. Just because you bought the dog a little tent, that don't mean you control people. Oh, it's just a control spirit. And people just think they can give a dollar or two and think they own you. Okay, go ahead, China, because I said a lot, but I'm just telling it tonight. And let me say this: me and Ness don't see eye to eye all the time, but I was like, "How you gonna love somebody and do that?" It sounds really counterintuitive to me. How can you do that? It just bothered me. Go ahead, China, because I'm feeling some kind of way today. Go ahead.
I think they, from my observation, I think they're gonna be back together. I think they just have their spats, and it's a lot of energy between them two. And like I told Heidi, they just need to get it all out the way because it's a lot of built up tension between them two.
But you
But
don't do that. You let me say this. Let me say this. You don't do that kind of stuff because you know you're trying to hurt the person. That ain't no I don't agree. Now they can get back together. Linda, thank you for that $10 because I agree with you. I ain't no fan of Jay Dunn, but what he said to her was just off. But let's get back to the Heedy thing. This is the second time. This ain't the first. This is the second time. And why would you go talk to somebody? And then it looked like she like Pizarro. I mean, she was. I mean, I'm like Pizarro. Baby getting crab legs and stuff. And come on, you just working the lesbian spirit. Now, I'm not calling Pizarro as a lesbian, but she seemed like she had a whole lick. And okay, you can be a trick out there getting a lick. And I'm not saying, baby, a trick is an opportunist. They don't have no sexuality. They just do it. Okay. She that 1-800 call me now. Call me. Huh? Call me. Oh, we're having fun, baby. That's what Pizarro is giving. She's giving 1-800. Give me a call. 1-800 hot hot hot. Okay, 1-800 buy me some crab legs. She is giving me that, and she is teasing people, and people just pouring out their spirit. I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyway, y'all do what y'all want to, but I wouldn't go back. I know that's right. It's 75 said you can't embarrass me in front of my ops and come back. I know that right.
you know what, Jay Wilson, I'm gonna tell you this too, and this is a little bit off the subject, but grown folks said the same thing about he. He talked between her legs too, but that's a whole nother
But you know
story.
what though? I mean, he don't like any women.
Yeah, I
Let me
don't
tell you
think
something.
so
Any
either.
man who, so you remember when that lady was gonna come out to say that he burnt her and he was, and she was gonna come out and they were gonna do that interview. And you know what? He threatened that lady, said, "Yeah, I got the video footage." So I don't know if this man got cameras in his house or what, but anybody who does that, they don't like you either.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we forget that. I don't forget. I remember that. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's very predatory. Since talking about predatory, that's very predatory.
Hold on,
People
wait. Did
come.
you hear when he said that he was talking to the viewers of you and Demetria behind the scenes?
Mm,
He
Miss
was telling their
Pam,
business.
Miss Pam, Miss
He
Pam,
was
we knew you was doing more than coloring over there. Miss Pam, Miss Pam.
he was telling all their business. He must be got upset because they hit the link or something. He was telling Demetria business in the viewers of view, telling all their business how they camped up, how it was. I was like,
Cammed up and did what? Cammed up and did what?
she camped up and was showing him her house and how she looked, and he said that after he seen her, he was like he was good. I'm like,
Well, okay,
but
so let me say this. Let me say this now. Is that Demetra or Miss Pam?
Miss the viewers of view, and say the viewers of view was really into him. But he said when she camped up, he was like, no. Like she said she
Oh,
was he was like he said no after he seen her face. But my thing is this, I don't do these women see the signs of how ZX exposed other women? He's been doing that since he been on his
he ain't no
platform.
different than he ain't no different than Suge.
Yeah.
They all are the same. Now again, y'all, this is just for context. What Suge did to Claudiva and how he talked about Claudiva under her clothes and then talked about her feet. Oh my God. And then I said, well, what does that make you? If she had ugly feet and you didn't think she was attractive, then why did you sleep with her in the first place? That says a lot about you. But again, this is how they operate. And this is what I see. This is what I see. Not only Suge, but Cola Nick ex-husband. How he talked about her like a dog and stuff. And this woman was in the military and had a good career. But they just talk about women. So I see this all over the and these men who prey upon these women. They'll take them out, or they'll get flued out, and then they'll do a Rob Rack. And I just see it over and over again. And I'm like, y'all want to blame straight men for this? We ain't flying y'all out to break y'all heart.
Right.
We ain't flying y'all out to grab on your titties to make you look slutty and sleazy. We ain't doing that kind of stuff. I
And you,
mean, when I was hanging out with Tracy, we were having a good time on the conquest. I mean, even though me and Tracy have fought, but again, that if Tracy really needed something, if I could, I mean, and if I'm available, I would help Tracy. I mean, I don't think that these men would do that. And let me say this too. I would really try to keep it under wraps. When Dobie's situation was happening, I was like, okay, we need to stop the press now because it ain't gonna be no Dovication, okay? Because Dobie might not have a place to live. I mean, it was deep. And then what did she do? But yet now she in this love connection business, baby. These people crazy. And all of that stuff she done said about me, and we still tried to protect her. This is why I don't mess with these ninjas, because even after she said I done stole chicken and went to jail with Big Mike for 3 years and done had a baby at 14 and was not doing my wife right. I don't know how I got married in the ninth grade. We still tried to stick up for that lady until we could. And that's all I'm saying. And so this is how I see this. And Lord knows I've been trying to be decent with both, but you can't be decent with these people because they can't even be decent with themselves. You can't expect them to do right by you while they don't even do right by. I told people about that. When that situation happened with Vivian, and people tried to make that slant. Oh, Jay Wilson trying to sabotage Dovey. Jay Wilson wasn't trying to do nothing. Jay Wilson was trying to establish Dovey to be credible because after that transmission situation, her credibility was down the tube. Okay, it was in the crapola. And then when Vivian told me what was going on, I'm like, oh, you need to leave this thing alone. And sure enough, had Vivian helped her, she would have been holding the bag. And y'all can talk about Brooke, but Brooke defended Dovey to the end. Brooke wouldn't even let me talk about Dovey. And look how she did Brooke. Look how she did Just Read My Book. I've been telling y'all this, but no, y'all don't believe nobody. Y'all don't believe nobody. Jay Wilson, let Jay Dunn back on your platform. Let Jay hell no. And not everybody understand why. Now I still
right.
think grown folk talk to her badly, but she still ain't come on my platform because she got to take over spirit. She be sucking all the air out the room. Remember, Jay Wilson, remember, Jay Wilson, you don't let me tell. You don't let me tell. I'm like, baby, I don't got time for that. I don't got time for that.
Right. Jay Dunn gets on my nerves too. I mean, I'm actually a spectator. I be sitting in the clouds watching. I come over to the beef sector because I'm highly entertained. Right. And
Mm,
I run back to my sector and act like somebody and then come over here and act a pure nigga. Okay.
okay.
But
And let
I
me,
come over
and let,
here.
and let me
Huh?
tell you who just like Jay Dunn. Now, let me tell you who becoming just like Jay Dunn is Brian.
You
He
think
becoming the
so?
male version of Baby. Baby, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know which Brian you're gonna get from day to day. You can get repentant. I go to church, Brian. You can get I'm lonely and I need a man, Brian. Then you can get angry. I'm gonna beat you up at the gym, Brian. Then you got you talked about my mama in the shoe, Brian. Then you got I got a job. I got a career, Brian. Then you got I need VX help because let me tell you what he did. He said a real man. I'm like, so Brian, you trying to say that you're not a real man? Don't you have a penis? Okay, don't you pay your bills? So what are you trying to say what a real man is? China, you still with me?
I'm right here.
Okay. So I was just trying to find out what a real man was.
But you know what? Brian is way more entertaining than Jay Don. He's hilarious, and
He
I
is.
I love Brian. I love him so much. But I'm gonna tell you something. When Brian started talking to himself, I be like
Baby.
he be he'll be talking to you and talking to himself at the same time. I'd be like,
So I got a
child,
question though. Do you think people use filters?
yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering because people be looking different. Now I'm who I am. This is how I look. You know what I'm saying? I don't be putting no filters on. It is what it is. If you see some wrinkles that day, then that's how I was feeling. If you see puffy eyes, that's how I'm feeling. But I think people be doing filters and stuff because I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone because I feel a little messy spirit. Let me drink a little coffee. Mm. Because I feel a little messy spirit. So, what do you think about all of this stuff? So, now, Spill It Boy seems like he is really saying that some things have happened, and so people are trying to say that you too serious about things, you this and this. Now, again, the difference between me and Spill It Boy is I don't give a dag on what people say about me. If you mad at me, then take it to Jesus. I can't help you. It ain't my problem. That's how you feel about me. Then talk to Jesus about it. I can't do nothing for you. Well, other people want to talk about it and so on and so forth. But what do you think about his situation? Because there are a lot of mixed views on that as well. Now, I'm going to say this. I like Spill It Boy, not because I'm scared of him. And I think people get that mixed up. I like Spill It Boy because Spill It Boy seems to me like a genuine person, but Spill It Boy is just not going to allow you to talk about him. He's going to say what he wants to say. That is his spirit. That is his spirit. And it is what it is. Even when he said that he didn't agree with me, I'm like, I saw it both ways. I understand what you said, and I see it that way now, but I disagree with you. If you go try to exonerate Rob Rex, because baby, he didn't swing the bat, but he sure did do a bunt, and he was trying to run to that base. And so we had a question about that. And then I had to let him know I don't think T.S. Madison is my queen. This is how I got introduced to the beefing sector. I didn't know nothing about no Fresh Collective and none of that. I ain't know nothing about that. I mean, and had I not known about, had it not been for T.S. Madison, I would have not known even some of these people. So again, we came in because of that. T.S. Madison is not our queen, but it was the situation that happened with her that caused people to split sides. And then the next thing you know, here we are where we are today. That's how I met Tracy. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know
Did you know
that.
that? China White. Let me tell you something. China White, I was T.S. Madison because I thought Kaya did T.S. Madison wrong
Me too.
on that Monique. I said, you don't do a friend like that. And T.S. Madison was really trying to protect Kaya, talking about something, y'all don't talk about my friend. And then she
Right.
said, you shouldn't have them punks in here anyhow. Now we know that's Larry Reed and Buddha, which I thought was really like crappy too. And so Tracy like Kaya. And Tracy used to hit me up, and it got so bad I blocked Tracy. Then one day the Holy Spirit spoke to Tracy. She said the Holy Spirit spoke to her, and I let her back on. And me and Tracy was cool. And I brought on. I said, and I told Tracy, I said, let me tell you something. You need to come on YouTube. I said, either people gonna hate you or like
Oh
you.
wow.
I said people gonna either hate you or like you, and I think that's a good combination. And Tracy came to my house, and she was with me on my show. I introduced Tracy, and boom. And again, Tracy had to get to 1,000. She got to 1,000. She did her thing. Me and Tracy fell out over Sean Bradley. It should have never happened, but I know how that ninja play. That ninja tries to befriend people that you like, and that's how he works. And then he tries to divide. He does that very well. Tracy learned that lesson, and we cool. He kind of mad at her now because we cool again, whatever, whatever. So that's how me and Tracy started, broke up, and came back together. And then I think it was one more time we broke up again, and it was over something crazy. I ain't gonna say it because every time I say it, somebody get in their spirit, and so I'm not gonna bring it up. And I'm gonna tell you something, China White. In my heyday of roasting and gagging, baby, I spared nothing. If it was a roach in your house, I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there. But baby, it was a roach in somebody's house, and all we heard was yeah, all we heard was scuffling and furniture moving. Anyway, let me stop because I'm being messy. But I love that sister though. I love that sister. But at the
Y'all got
time we was fighting.
history.
At the time we was fighting. And baby, she got so mad she told me I could come to Tennessee and she was gonna whoop my ass. Baby, I used to push people's buttons. And so the Lord say don't do that. Let me tell you something, China White. The Lord say don't do that no more. Because people was really angry, China White. And I didn't know. So China, people could talk about me and I would take it in stride. Because I'm like, okay, I'm like, how am I strategize and come on back? Because I'm gonna come back with some humor. I'm not upset about it. I'm gonna come back with some humor. Baby, I went to Atlanta for the show, and the people were angry. And I was like, are y'all serious? And people were very angry. They said, you come too hard. You come too hard. I'm like, no, I don't. I just come, but people don't like folk to laugh at them, and people don't like people to be gut wrenching, laughing at their expense, and it really hurt. Victoria, you remember that, Victoria? Ooh, honey, I don't know if it was a flying roach. I don't know what kind, honey. All I heard was spraying the furniture. And furniture moving. Baby, all we heard was a boom, 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 boom. Oh, Lord, let me stop. Let me stop because I don't want to get nobody mad, Jesus. But let me tell you something. That's when we was fighting. When we was fighting China White, we was fighting. And I was coming. Baby, I would just, it used to be deep. And so people said I was coming a little too hard with them little jokes, and it was touching them in their spirit. And I
Well, I'm
said,
happy
Lord,
y'all back friends because I enjoyed Tracy. No, I love her.
let me
I
tell you
love
something. I
Tracy
love
and
some
I love you.
Tracy.
I love the beef sector. I like all y'all personality because I think y'all don't really cut deep
But that's
like
the
the
thing,
black
it's
sector.
personality and we have fun. But
Right.
see, this is why I say, why do all it? So, first of all, I don't merge with people that I don't want to merge with. I don't allow people access to my panels. Now, China White, you're not beef sector per se, but we've never had an issue. My thing is, I'm going to deal with people who complement the sector and add something to the sector. So that's what I do. Back in the day, I made some mistakes. You have trial and error, but now it's like, you ain't coming on. What's up,
Well, you
Ken
know I'm
Nola?
from the
Ken Nola, where you
manosphere.
been? Ken Nola, where you been? I ain't seen you in a while, Ken Nola. Where you been? What were you saying?
I say, you know I'm from the manosphere. So I'd be over
How
there
you deal
talking
with all
about
that foolishness?
relationship. It's listen, the thirst is real over there. I get my coins, okay? So I get my coins over there in the manosphere. But during the Kevin Samuel days, it was popping. I mean popping. But when I
But see, that's
discovered
what I'm saying. That's what people. But see, Kevin Samuels, to me, all of that stuff was spoiled men who didn't like women, who were suspect themselves and would attack gay men. And like I said, people don't know Umar is, to me, homophobic too. So this is why I don't subscribe to that stuff. You don't have to like me, but I don't beg for you to come over here in the first place. Somebody said I never thought I'd see the day Mother would let Zia. Well, I don't let him on my panel no more because that's all he wants to do is cause
right.
chaos, yell, scream, act crazy, and then run to his channel and cry about it.
And he's
And he
obsessed
really
with
won't
you.
access. I
He's
don't know
really
why.
a he is every live stream be about you. He gonna stop what he doing. Listen, if he dragging somebody in the black sector, if he dragging somebody over here in
Why?
the
Why?
B
Why do you
sector,
think? Wait, hold on for a minute. Why you think? Why you think? Anyway, let me get off my camera. All right. And that's me being grungy. I'm grungy right now. I ain't even dressed up right now.
listen, he gonna stop what he doing and talk about Jay Wilson. He gonna stop what he doing and talk about. I'll be like, why is he talking about Jay Wilson? The topic ain't on Jay Wilson. It's about her or him, but he
Mm.
over here on Jay Wilson. I'm like, what's that about? Jay Wilson don't even mention him.
What is that about? What is that about?
Child.
What is that about? What is that about?
He
Does he like
flaming.
my does he like my tea? Does he like because I wear perfume above
No, but
June?
I'm gonna tell you when he cut up. When you posted pictures of your house, cause you know he always show his little kitchen, and he
Uh,
show that little old throwback chair he be sitting in.
you
But when
remember that
you
time he
showed,
tried to show his shower that time, and baby, he was really touching his spirit about that,
did
and
you
he
see
wanted
that
so
tub? Did
shiny.
you see him in the tub?
Mm-mm.
He
Yeah.
went live in the tub one day, and the water turned black,
Oh Jesus.
and we was dragging him over there. But when you showed your house with that staircase with that Christmas tree, oh, he lost it.
Mm. I don't know why, but see, like I said, what God has for me is for me. And see, this man, I
Hmm.
don't know why, but always trying to say a real man and so on and so forth. Let me say this, and I'm very transparent in some instances. You know, because of some things online that was taken offline, some things happened where I had to make some drastic decisions and make some changes. Thank God I had options, because had I not had options, I probably would have lost everything. But thank God for options. So I had to make some things. I had to do some different things, but I'm responsible. And I've had to make some changes, but no one should be run off because of their freedom of speech. I don't go and call people's job. I don't do that. I think that's really lowbrow, and I think that's when somebody is weak and they can't articulate or roast or gag. And I can't understand why gay men who don't pay any attention to you, at least I don't, you feel so obligated to come in. And then, as far as my walk with the Lord, I don't go to your church. I don't belong to your denomination. This is America. People
Right.
can serve God how they want to. I have a whole partner, and if I want to serve God, I can serve it. I mean, nobody ain't saying with you taping no women, hunching and doing all of that stuff and doing what you do. So I just think it's real hypocritical of people, and this is why I leave him alone, because I think there's something going on. Now, I don't know if he was abused by his mama and didn't have a daddy.
Well,
I
you
don't know
know his
what's
mama
going on.
had him at 14. She was 14 when she had him.
Oh, I ain't know that. See, I'm not in his business like that.
Yeah, she was 14 when she had him.
How y'all know all that?
Because Chucky, the black sector had doxed him hard. They was,
Oh my.
oh yeah, they digged into his life. Yeah,
Now
he
I'm gonna
was.
tell you what. You talk a lot of noise talking about you gonna spit on somebody and beat somebody's arms, but baby, when that man and woman was running you down and you blew your engine out,
Right,
now baby, you blew that engine out, blew it out. And I don't know what you was running for or running to, but baby, you blew that
right.
engine out, and they was trying to chase you, and it was very evident, very evident. And so again, you talk a lot of game. And let me say this, China White, when that car turned over, I did not speak ill. To this day, I
Me
haven't
too.
spoken ill of it. All I said was Jesus wept. I wasn't gonna fake the funk. I wasn't gonna be saying no long prayer. All that I could muster out my spirit was Jesus wept. And that's all I had was Jesus wept. And that's what I did. But then come to find out that you was outside the car taking the pictures, and then you had that net brace on trying to solicit funds. I was not feeling that. I was not feeling that.
And my thing was, after the accident, you come back on YouTube and get worse. It's like he got worse. Like,
You think that you would be thanking God that you are alive,
right.
and then you didn't have no insurance. Who don't
Didn't
have
have
no
no
insurance?
insurance. Didn't have no
But real
insurance.
men have insurance on their cars at
He still don't
home.
have a car. He still don't got a car.
What he drive? Did he still driving that man motorcycle? That man want his motorcycle back.
That motorcycle don't work, child.
Lord, congratulations to the South Carolina women. That motorcycle don't work. Now, wasn't that somebody's motorcycle that he was buying?
I don't know, but I know that motorcycle doesn't work.
But he was supposed to be selling it and trying to get a car. He still haven't gotten a car. I guess that GoFundMe didn't work.
He don't got a car, but he got a grant for that water to get his water on. He got a
Wait, wait,
grant.
wait, 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 wait. He got a grant. Girl,
Some
how you
type
get a
of grant
grant?
some type of grant that was given to him. He posted on his community tab of they
Mhm.
was helping him pay all his bills and catch up on his back payments on
Wow.
his
But real men
house
don't have to do that. Real men just go ahead and find a job and do it.
and
I
work.
mean, and
They
work. But
conquer.
anyway.
They conquer. And the thing is, all the gay
See, this
men
is
over
what I'm
here,
saying. You up there
all the
talking
gay
about
men
somebody who's
work.
real man.
All the
Babe,
gay
let me
men
say
work
this.
over here
I
and
work,
conquer.
Sean work, Spill It Boy work, Rebel work,
Rick Reed.
Rick Reed work. Rodney Word,
Brian.
all around. Let me tell you something. Even the people who don't work like Rico, and but at least he, well, Jesus help me, God. At least he can put a roof over his head. At least they live in nice places and they electric and lights be on and stuff. But now you heard that Rico jumped the turnstile at the New York thing, and the transit police got him. They ran a warrant. They put him in jail. I heard he out though. God bless you. Because I just did. Somebody said it was a $40 GoFundMe, baby. I thought it was at $30, so somebody gave 10 more. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done. And my home should make nobody mad. It should help people strive to want something better. And let me say this: if I leave this house tomorrow and get a nice condo, it is what it is. But people are just envious of what other people have, and I'm like, I ain't envious of nobody what anybody else have. We have some people in this sector who have some palatial estate homes. I mean, really custom built homes. And my home, and can I say this? My home ain't custom built. My home it was built in a subdivision, but I happen to like the subdivision and I happen to like the design of the home, and that's what I got. And you get what you can afford, you get what's viable for you. And that's it. Somebody said every time I see Tim, he is making a live about Pastor ZX was on his live stating that he is about to buy a pre-owned Jaguar. Where he get that? Child, let me tell you something. You need to buy a car that's gonna be reliable. Stop buying these cars that break down and you can't afford to pay for them. You need to go ahead and get a Volt. You need to go ahead and try to get a Prius. You need to get a car that's gonna work. You need to get a Subaru, something that's gonna really work. God, get a Volvo, at least something that's gonna work. Because
Or something with a warranty. Something
my
with a
thing is, you're
warranty.
gonna get that pre-owned Jaguar to look fancy, but you know that you can't even afford a tune-up on a Jaguar. You know when one of them tires go flat, you're gonna have to wait at least 5 months to get enough money to get a tire. That don't make no sense. Oh, okay, champagne dreams with peanut butter jelly budget. That don't make no sense.
Jay Wilson, you know I'm from Miami, right?
Girl, you from Miami?
Yes.
South or north?
South.
Oh God, are you from Richmond Heights? You from Goulds? You from P Rand? Okay, where you from?
I'm in Gardens. Miami
Okay,
Gardens.
girl, that's north.
Is that north?
Yeah, you in Opalaka, girl. That's
Right.
what Puff Daddy was trying to get out the country over there at the Opalaka airport. Well, you know, I went to Flow Mo for 1 year.
Okay. But I knew you. I said, you know what? He sound like he from Florida.
I'm
And I'm
from
gonna tell you
Florida.
one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing. When you said you wouldn't be explaining yourself like Philly boy, that's how I know. I'm like, he from Florida because we don't explain shit to nobody. We don't care. Think how you
Mm-mm.
want to think. You just gonna come up with your own opinions anyways. You damn if
Uh,
you do, damn if you don't.
I'm from Central Florida, but I lived off a Red Road in Miami Lakes, and I went to Flo Mo for a year. And one of my relatives actually graduated from Flo Mo in education. Um, yeah, so I still got family and friends down in Miami, and so last time I went to Miami, though, I didn't even recognize the skyline. It was just like, gosh, what are they doing? I mean, how many buildings can they build
They are
here?
building up. They're building up, and they're moving people out. They are really moving people out. It's like they buying up all the communities, and then I'm gonna tell you something. It is starting now to become so hard to rent property here because it's like the companies are coming in, buying the homes and remodeling them, and then they're tearing them down and building like these apartment buildings, these condos, and they making it so it's hard. It's really hard for people like it used to be back in the days. It's not that easy anymore.
Well, baby, you could buy an old nasty piece of house in Carroll City for $140,000. Now you can't even touch them things for $350,000. Them old houses in Carroll City where used to
When the
live.
last time you been here?
I was there for the cruise. You know, I was there for the cruise last year. I was there
Well,
for the cruise. You know what?
they are buying up. If you come here, you'll see everybody saying we'll buy your home as it is, and then they buy them homes and they fix them up, and then they charge people an arm and a leg when you buy it. So if you get a
Mm,
house that's worth 150,000, they're going to remodel it, and it's like 400, 500,000.
yeah, they're doing that, and especially in Carroll City. So yeah, you know, I went to church on Ives Dairy Road on 199th Street. And I worked at the Bird Eyes at 163rd Street when it was actually a mall and not a
Right.
social service mall.
Oh,
And
you know, only Florida people know about bird eyes.
baby, the Florida store with the palm trees. Okay,
Right,
so I
right, with
worked
the
at Bird Eyes.
all white models in the front when you walk in.
Yeah, baby. I worked for Bird Eyes and then I worked for Ivy's. They had Ivy's department store. So I worked for Ivy's, which was the North Carolina chain. And so I worked for them before Dillard's purchased them. So, but I never forget, Glenda was my boss at 163rd Street Mall, Bird Eyes. So that's where I would work. Girl, I used to go to the Ham and Eggery for the night spot. Coming from the club, we go to Ham and Eggery over there in North Miami, across from it used to be Parkway Hospital. But I heard that University of Miami done bought it out now. So I think it's a division of Jackson. And then they had that death hospital right across from it on Golden Glades. I remember, baby, I mean, and then they had that modern age furniture. You remember modern age with that big old arch? I think they done it ain't modern age now. So
I
I
don't
mean,
know
I
what
know
that is.
Miami well.
Right,
Well, I used
right.
to go to that Krispy Kreme on 163rd Street, and then I used to go to was it 167th Street or 106? No, it was one of the mall, the flea market in Carroll City. I used to go to that joker all the time. If I couldn't get to the 79th Street flea market, I would go to one in Carroll City.
But you know what? Let me tell you something, Jay Wilson. I'm getting tired of being here. I want to move real bad. The people here it's getting crazy, and that's why I told ZX. I'm like, listen, you do all that stuff over there, you wouldn't be able to get away with that stuff over here. Your little
Mm-mm.
self talking all crazy like that, child, and
Maybe
not just one
they get the
person.
Jamaican pasta to get you.
The whole
Or that.
family will get you. The whole family. we
Well, Well, let me tell you something. South Florida is expensive. My cousin lived in West Palm Beach and West Palm. No, 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 no. Let me strike. She lived in Pembroke Pines, and she built a
mm,
home in Pembroke Pines, and it became so expensive that she wound up moving off of Belvedere in West Palm Beach.
mm.
Now she done sold that house and went to um, Port St. Lucie and Stewart
That's
area,
why everybody's moving because they saying it's so high,
but
like
it's
it's
getting
getting
expensive
high.
there. It's
But
getting
the people,
expensive there.
but the people from New York is moving here. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of
And
people from New
California.
York.
And
Yeah,
California. Yeah.
yeah.
So Florida is not like, okay, the only cheap place. Okay, now let me tell you where you can find a good house. In the Tampa Bay area, north of Palmetto,
But
you
it's
can
hood
find
up there.
well, but they are building nice homes. And again, the closer you get to Tampa, the more expensive the homes are. But north of Palmetto, you can catch the Sunshine Skyway Bridge and get to downtown. So there's many options that you can get to work. And then a lot of people are moving like to Plant City and Lakeland as well because it's a little cheaper than Tampa. So you can. There's still cheap places, inexpensive places in Florida to live. You can live in Sebring, ain't nothing there. You can live in Lake Wells, it ain't nothing there. You can live in Avon Park, there's nothing there. Lord knows nobody don't want to live in the muck, honey. Because baby, I got friends who lived in
Mm-mm.
Belglades and Mohaven
Child, that
and
is the
Clewiston and Pahokee and
that's geeky.
Indiantown.
That's
Baby,
geeky.
let me tell you something. I went to Clewiston.
Alligator Alley.
Yeah, I went to Clewiston. Right now, this is when I was about like 189 pounds, and I was eating very organic and all that stuff. I went to that Walmart and I was dressed up because I just came off of a flight and I had to get to Miami. So I was dressed in a suit, tie, and all of this stuff. Had my little shades on, my little color tint blue shades on, looking all like, went to Clewiston. First of all, when I stepped in there, it was like, who is this? Because, everybody know each other in that town, right? I asked that lady for organic. She said, organic? Baby, it was on. It was on. It was on. And then the lady said, "Ooh, you smell good." Ooh, it was, and it was. Let me tell you why it was depressing.
But
It
why
was
did you
just,
move?
no, I didn't move. I had to go through there. I'm gonna tell you why I moved from Florida, but
Okay.
I had to go through there to get to Fort Lauderdale, right?
Hmm.
And so, but the people, some of them, they just look so downtrodden, and the white the white people there, it's that was a part of Florida that I have never seen. I've always stayed to the coast and inland. Central Florida is very different inland than South Florida inland. So Orlando is a big city. It's Disney. It's new. But when you get down to Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach, and you get into that Okeechobee area, that's a different Florida that people don't see. That part of Florida looked like the Delta in Mississippi, and I was very shocked because I had never been into the interior of Florida, down south, and it was some scary stuff. I ain't gonna lie, it was scary stuff. I'm like, is this Florida? Is this the United States? And
I think
that's
that
what it
way
was.
about over there in the Muck Belgrade. I think that's
That's what I'm
because
saying. That's where I was. The Belglades, Clewiston, Moorhaven,
hmm
Pahokee,
I think
Indiantown.
those people look like they are still trapped in the 30s.
Yeah.
Like they,
They still have places like that all over the state. So like I used to go to the Eastern Shore in Virginia, and it was not too long ago that people was just getting from that outhouses. I'm serious. They have Purdue Farms and Tyson Chicken. They have all them chicken farms over there on the Eastern Shore. And don't get me wrong, everybody on the Eastern Shore is not poor, but poverty is very much over
right.
there and it's very isolated. So that part of Virginia is almost like the muck, down in Florida. So it is deep, and every state has some place like that. But I had never seen stuff like that in Florida before. It was an eye opener for me. So, but I moved from Florida because I didn't want to go to school in Florida. I wanted to go to school outside of the state, so I wound up going to Virginia. And I'm glad I did. I enjoyed my stay in Virginia a great deal. The Hampton Roads area is a great place to go to college. You have you have all of those cities. So you have Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Suffolk, Newport News, Hampton, Yorktown, and all of those towns are like all Williamsburg all together. And it was fun. It was really fun. Norfolk was great. Virginia Beach was great. I lived in Chesapeake. I lived in Chesapeake, Virginia, off of Providence Road, and I used to work at Greenbrier Mall. It's so funny. I used to work at Greenbrier Mall at Hex Department Store before Macy's took them over, but I used to work at Hex Department Store. So all of the Virginia Beach, shout out to Hex Department Store. So now you've been in Miami all your life.
Yes,
So now, did you go to Central? Did you go to Jackson? Did you go to
I
Northwestern? Did you
can't
go to?
say that because my
Oh,
information is not out there.
okay. Well, okay. Did you go to?
Yeah.
No, hold on. Did you go to Edison? Just playing. But anyway, did you go to New Orleans? But anyway, but that, yeah, I understand, but
You know
I
how these people live? These people are crazy
Yeah,
on
and let me
here.
tell you something. But you notice that the B sector they're full of Florida people. They're full of Texas
Right.
people. Even though I'm in Texas, but I'm from Florida. So you got Kimmy from Florida. You have Tasha K, Florida. T.S. Madison, Florida. Bree is from Florida.
Yeah.
Pizarro, Florida. All of these Florida people.
Ness.
Ness, Florida, even though she doesn't live in Florida, but it's still Florida. And then you have a couple of people from New York, but a lot of people from Philadelphia, and a lot of people from Baltimore, and yeah, and a lot of people from California, but mostly Texas and Florida, and,
But if
and some
you think
people from
about it,
Georgia.
Jay Wilson, if you think about it, the people from Florida, we don't care what people say. If you look at everybody from Florida, when it comes to people judging or want you to explain stuff, notice how people from Florida won't really explain themselves and they
I don't
really
need
don't
to.
care.
I really
Yeah.
don't. I really don't.
Yeah.
Jay Wilson, I heard this, man. I
Right.
mean, why should I? My thing is, I look at YouTube as a show, and I play a character, and people want to get you out of your character, and I'm like, I don't. When I click off, I'm off, and that's what I was telling Brian. I don't be thinking about you when I click off, and I'm not worried about what you do. Um, you know. I, I have been to Houston numerous times. I've never felt the need to call Brian and say, "Hey, I'm in Houston." No, because again, I don't. Mm-mm.
Well, let me ask you this: when you gonna bring back them prayer claws?
Hey, bad. Let me tell you, the prayer clause were really for people. We did not make profit off of those prayer clauses. We broke even on those prayer clauses. We really did. The only reason why we did it is because Vivian said that people requested it, and we did it. People swear that we made this money. We didn't make money off of it, but we did exactly what we said. I have the people who really prayed over it with us, and we did what we said we were going to do. And we broke even. It wasn't no money to be made off of it. We did do well on the cruise. We did do well on Labor Day. We did well on a lot of things that we've done. Now, the popcorn deal was for my church. I didn't get one dime of it, but I'm happy that I won. And they did give me like a $75 gift certificate to go to Cheesecake Factory, Longhorns, you know, that those type of gift certificates. So
Hmm.
I wound up going to Cheesecake Factory, and it was really nice. But you know, I'm
I think
about
you need a
business.
product. You need a pro. You need some time. I came into
I'm
the beef
thinking about it.
sector
I'm thinking about
about
it.
when I came into the beef sector like 2, 3 years ago. You had prayer claws, and I remember Beach had one, and I remember you started those, and I didn't know whether to get one, but me having my observation of you, watching you, I wouldn't mind buying a
Well,
couple of prayer
I'm
claws for
gonna. If I
myself.
get something, I think it needs to be quality. Let me say this. A lot of people in the B sector do stuff, but some things are not quality. I think our trips and what we've done were really nice. We and again, we don't tell people we're going to be in opulence, and you know we're going to be in a nice surrounding, clean surroundings, place where you can have a good time in a nice, clean facility. I always believe under promise but over deliver. That's always been the mantra. Do not over promise. You know, we're not going to be swimming with the dolphins and getting fish from Jamaica. We don't promise that kind of stuff. We just promise like food, fun, but we had a good time on the ship. So we're getting ready to plan another trip because those are lucrative. When I used to do the Cash App party, lucrative. Reading avatars and doing the Uno parties, lucrative.
Hmm.
So and so that's what I'm about. But I would really hook up with Heidi Fly because Heidi Fly has a very good product. I don't care how people don't like Heidi, but Heidi's makeup kit and her lip kits are phenomenal. I don't wear makeup, but again, Patricia, who was on our trip, won the makeup palette. And when I tell you she had to come and get it, and we opened it together, and I'm like, oh my God, this is special. I mean, I don't wear makeup, but looking at the quality and how that thing was set up, and I'm like, oh, this is good. So Heidi has that thing down, and I would definitely reach out to Heidi Fly, if nothing but for marketing, because she does a good job. So it would have to be something
I'm
that
gonna
I
tell
can
you
stand by.
what I see. I'm gonna tell you what I see because I like in my sector we business oriented, and with you, I will come up with hats. That black hat you wear, but I will go through a company that you can design your own hats, and the thing is they do your hats for you, and all you do is drop the link and people directly go to the website, and when they order it you don't have to ship it.
I might have to look into that. Oh, there go Miss Patricia right there. She said it was awesome. Yes. And Patricia, you still got it. You still using it. Miss Patricia like a little glitter on her eye. And baby, she looked like she had the whole universe all up on her eyelids. Come on, Miss Patricia. Baby, that dress was sparkly and so was her eyelids. You better come on, Miss Patricia. You was wearing that little sparkly, shimmery stuff. And it was beautiful. And she was excited about it. Brother Jay, what you think of Fi's new content? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. What is it about? Look, y'all, I'm not being shady. First of all, I didn't even know that Fi was back on. Now, somebody said she did a relaunch, but I don't know what it was about. Can you tell me what? I don't know. If you send me the link, I can't talk about something I haven't seen. So send me the link. Yeah, I mean, you know, if she wants to go into something new, by all means, do it. By all means, do it.
I'm
What's
sorry.
up?
I was saying that you can design
Wait a
hats
minute.
because I'm
Somebody
telling
said
you.
she's all religious now. She's all religious now. Well, praise the Lord. Hey, let me say this. Let me say this. And I know people gonna get mad. I'm not gonna sit here and pick at Fi because Fi has been raised in a religious household. We know her mama and grandmama had a church. And so it wouldn't surprise me that she would be in a religious setting. And I think her religious um, experience is genuine because of her, experience, her walk, her, uh, yeah. So I wouldn't doubt that. So I would have to go see it if I can actually sing. So I can see that. I haven't seen it, but if that's what she wants to do and if that's her new focus, hey, go for it. I'm not mad at her. They said she all religious, not China white. So I haven't seen it.
I
So
like it. I seen it.
somebody send me the link and I will check it out. But I haven't seen it, and I'm not going to trash it because I haven't seen it. But I will say that I think that Phi is capable of doing that because it's not like she trying to do it because she don't have nothing else to do. I just think that that's something that she does. So somebody send me the link and I'll try to check it out.
I seen I was in one of her live stream and she welcomed everybody. She said she haven't blocked anybody. She said and she actually apologized. She said that if she offended anybody, she apologized. And if you ever did anything to her, that she forgives you. And she said everyone is free to come into her chat.
Okay. Well, I'm happy for her. And I mean, let me say this. I don't have any animosity. I just leave folk alone. Let me tell you with me, once I say I'm done, I just move on. I don't have any odd against Five. I am glad for Fi. I think Fi was cool. I met Fi in person. And so, if that's her new focus, then I'm going to support that. The old Jay Wilson would have just went on, but see, the old Jay Wilson was about roasting, gagging, and his coin. I'm still about my coin. Now, don't get me wrong, but the new Jay is like, okay, it's time to switch up now because that's really not you. That's that character. And my thing is, you can still be profitable and be funny, but yet deal with truth and try to bring in some solutions and not always try to kick up problems. So I think that's big of her. I think that's great. I don't have anything negative to say. I can't speak for all content creators because everybody fight different. Everybody has different feelings. I just wasn't raised to hold grudges and odds. But my thing is, I'm not dumb. And I forgive, but I don't forget because that ain't scripture talking about some forgive and forget. God ain't never told nobody that. He said forgive, but he ain't never say forget. I don't know what people get that at. Because
You
if you forgive but forget, okay. So what if we forgave white people for slavery, but we forget? We'll be right back in slavery. Ain't that right?
I agree.
I'm just being real. So my thing is I trust but I verify. And my thing is, hey, what's up? Straight out of a storyline for content. But I'm gonna say this China way, to be honest, and I swear on Lord, I don't hate nobody. Even those people who called the job,
I
I
believe
don't
you.
hate them because it only pushed me to something better, which I'm happy about. It goes to show you where they were. And then China White got mad because I got $3,000. And then they got mad because I got $3,000. Well, but see, people want you to be broken and they want you to be
They want
downtrodden
you to be like
because
them.
that's right. Because they get joy out of that. And hurt people hurt people. And so when that didn't work, it pissed them off. And this is why I can live in victory regardless of what these people say about me, because nothing has changed. The lights are still on. I'm still in my house. I still have the deed. Baby, I own the title to my car. So I'm good. and
And you
that's
don't
where I
have dark
am.
energy, Jay Wilson. I'm gonna tell you
I
something. A
don't.
lot. I like to watch people first. I like to watch everyone. But when I listen to you, it don't seem like, because even when you roasted and gagging, you don't get dark. You don't get to the point that you're trying to destroy them and take from them and harm them.
But see, the
You
thing is,
literally
China White. Let me say this though: the secret is laughter and lightness, and not being offended bothers people who are dark, because darkness can't comprehend light. I'm serious, and I'm not trying to say that, oh, I'm the light of the world. No, I don't have to go that route. I can be jovial and happy. And when I used to come at people, you're right, it wasn't dark, but it was funny, and I was going to find something that I can find, and that really bothered people. So I
because a
didn't
lot of
know
people
that.
can't roast Jay Wilson. A lot of people
Mm-mm.
can't see. You listen to people. You drag people based on what they do on here
Mhm.
and what they say and how they act. A lot of
Mhm.
people have to go below the belt because they don't know how to be light and kiki and drag and laugh. They can't do that. They have to get dark. They have to. That's why when you listen to certain content creators and they go like above and beyond, they have to do that because they don't know how to keep. They don't know how to do that. They
And
don't know
let
how
me
to
say
keep it
this,
light.
and it's sad too, because they get mad. Let me tell you something. They get mad over any little thing. And like I said, baby, what get me though? I don't know if you saw this. I'm gonna be messy. Jesus, keep me middle cross, but I'm about to be messy right now. Baby, when Brianna came over there with Miss Olivia, Brianna said, "Look at here." She said, "I really didn't come to yell and scream." And I just went, "Honey, baby, they ended like that." Baby, it was almost, you ain't my daddy, baby. It was giving me that kind of energy, baby. But let me tell you something. I think people have been bullied. Hey, Florida Bay. I think people have been bullied, and I think when people get bullied, they become bullies themselves, and they become worse bullies than the people who bullied them. And I think that's what's going on with her. And this is, and she's angry. She's really I don't know, something in her
Right.
voice. It's just angry, and she's just angry. And
I think she
I'm,
want her lick back. She just want her lick back.
I know she
And
want her lip back, but baby, let me
mm-hmm.
tell you something. Let me tell you something, China White. Now the spirit showed me this. And people think I'm lying, but sometimes you can see things, okay? And she really got mad that time she was on air, and I think she ate that bad shrimp. And honey, I think that diarrhea, that bloop bloop hit in. And you remember she was gone for a whole while. And then she had to go to the hospital because I think she was dehydrated. But I truly believe that she had the bloop bloops. And she went to the hospital, had to get an old nasty piece of IV drip because that old nasty piece of shrimp tore her stomach up. And baby, she was mad because of that. She ain't never said it was wrong, but baby, she was mad at that thing. But the spirit told me that. That spirit said, "Oh, that girl is in the bathroom. That girl is having a diarrhea moment, and this is why she ain't coming back. She ain't coming back." And next thing you know, she was had talking about she was in the hospital, had old nasty piece of IV drip and stuff. Brianna, she's interesting, and one thing that got me with her was when that lady's business was put out, and she said, "I only told one person," and I'm like, what's her name? Her husband, whatever his name, her wife or whatever, somebody husband or his wife or somebody, and it was deep. And again, that's when I came out to say there's no friends on YouTube. When her and Kimmy had that breakup, no friends on YouTube, and I'm gonna tell you, me and Kimmy was at odds for quite a great time because again, Jay Dunn. Now I didn't dox her, Jay Dunn did, and baby, and it was a lot of stuff that was going on, and Brianna was very upset because I was making light of Kimmy. And then it was another thing that I made light
I
of
think
Kimmy.
she's. I think when it comes, that's why Brianna target me. I think because I used to support her, and I think by me befriending Kimmy, she's like, China, I don't like you no more, like that. Like, so
Well,
I think she kind of. But I think that Kimmy, I think she is still upset about that. And I think she get upset with you. She get upset with a couple of people in the beef center. But Brianna has
But
now
girl,
turned a mean girl. She's like a mean girl to me. I
all I can say to Brianna is I'm from Florida too. And like I said, she from country Florida. She over there by Gainesville over there. And my cat, what was that place called? My Canopy or something. I can't even pronounce it because it's way up in North Florida somewhere over there, Gainesville over there. And so I can't even pronounce the word the place. It starts with an M, um but she Florida people ain't dumb. We fight. It is what it is. And it's
child,
really
that
interesting.
confidence is through the roof.
To be black from Florida is to be black and be from Florida is different in itself, and I don't think
Well, you
people
know they say
understand
we
that.
crazy. They think we crazy.
I don't think we
And
crazy, but I think we go through stuff. I think people see Florida as this tropical sunshine state, not knowing that Florida was just as racist as any other state.
right,
They don't know what people have to go through. Black people do hang tight. Now I'm gonna tell you, Miami and Jacksonville like oil and water. But baby, when we get somewhere else, don't mess with somebody from Florida. It become
right.
all Florida then. But it's really interesting. And I do. The only thing I will say is I'm really not mad at Brianna. I think again she's from Florida, and there's going to always be a place in my heart from people from Florida. And I don't care if it is Brianna. I know that sounds like, oh Jay, you kissing up. No, I don't like some of the stuff she does. I don't like some of the stuff she says. But she's from Florida. I like Kimmy. I think Kimmy is intelligent. I think Kimmy is strategic. And I think Kimmy people think Kimmy ain't no dummy, and I'm gonna say that. And I think these people from Florida are something else. And the thing is, we're all from different parts of Florida. So I'm from East Central Florida. We got people from Orlando. We got people from Tampa, which takes care of that Central. Then you got those people from South Florida. Then you got people from Jacksonville area. I didn't know that Tasha K was from the Pensacola, Panama City area. So Tweet is from Panama City. She lived there. So Florida is a unique state. You got your Marlos, you got all of these people, but
Well,
yeah,
let me tell
Kimmy.
you this. Let me tell you this, T, before I get down. Did you catch when Pizarro hit the link on James and James said, "Hold on, somebody's coming up here with Pizarro picture,"
Oh
and he
no.
was like, and he said, "Oh, Pizarro, your camera on." And he said, "Turn your camera off," and she turned it off, and she was like, "So, did you catch that?"
Oh, I didn't know
Her,
that. So the
he
camera
seen
was
her.
on.
He said somebody came up with Pizarro picture. But he said, "Hold on, Pizarro, your camera on." She was
Mm,
backstage,
my
and
God.
she must be turned it off. And he let her up, and he said, "Pizarro, your camera was on." She was like, "So," but he confirmed that that picture was her by his reaction.
My God.
I caught that quick. I said,
Let me tell you
"Child."
something. though. You gotta love Pizarro, baby. When she put that gift basket up, ooh, that thing had me tickled in my spirit. First of
I
all,
thought it was a joke.
baby, I thought it was too. Cause I'm like, is this on a funeral plot? First of all, is it on a? I said, is that a cemetery on the beach, girl? Cause it was giving
It was
cemetery on the
giving Black
beach.
a Mouse. It
Okay,
was
and
giving
then all of
Newport.
the rapping, baby, is the bat one all wrapped up. And then somebody said that's Christian Dion Warwick. They say it's Christian Dion. Baby, that thing had me rolling. Ooh, baby, this is you gotta love that kind of stuff. You
Listen,
know what? This is so Florida, and
that man bought that on the side of the road. You know them people that be you know in Florida they be selling them baskets.
on the
You know
side of the
they
road.
right. Child, he pulled over and got her bag on. And was that purse even was it a brand? What was the person to
No,
right?
it was supposed to be Christian Dior. That's why they kept on saying it was Christian Dion. Baby, it seemed like they just stuffed all that stuff in there. Just like we're gonna just stuff it on in here. I was rolling, baby. You know she got that off of Unity Boulevard on 7th Avenue. Baby, I was rolling. I got tired
On
of
the
hearing
flea
about Jay
market,
Dunn tonight.
child.
Oh yeah, Jay Dunn is who she is. I thought. Let me say this now. I thought how grown folk TV talked to Jay Dunn was just implorable. I just thought it was terrible. But then, Jay Dunn she don't read the room all the time, and then she's representing the lesbians now. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. She was proud of that Florida Bay and the people, baby, and the people just. Ooh, I see, and that's the day when I was really. But let me say this: when you roast and gag like that, people really get touched in their spirit. And
Right.
and again, you laughing, and people get touched. Somebody touched right now, and we didn't even go in hard, but somebody already touched. And this is why I tell people, let them say what they want to. I don't know who that priority alert person is who be sending them dollars, but I'm gonna take your money. Because I don't go over and watch, but you know what? I'm gonna stop refunding your dollars back because you keep on sending it, and baby, I'm gonna let them add up, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cash it on out. But I don't care what people say. I really don't. Because when you look at it, the mortgage here is not paid by them folk. The light bill ain't paid by them folk. And even if they did pay it, they still don't have a right to tell me what I can do and what content I'm gonna do. So somebody said, yes, Jay Dunn may be starting a lesbian beef sector. Let me tell you something. But it's always about her. But one thing I will say, what you said,
She don't
Brian
have,
is
but
funny. Brian
but
is
but
funny. I will give it to Brian. He is funny.
Brian is very funny, entertaining. But my thing is with Jay Don, she seemed like she don't have a family. So it's like she get on here and y'all become her family, from my observation. But I'm gonna let you go. I gotta put these kids to sleep.
Baby,
And I
I'm
had
getting
a
ready to
good
go in a minute
time.
because I got to make an old nasty piece of phone call.
Well, I had a good time. I love you, Jay Wilson. I
Well,
love you
thank you
so
for
much.
coming over, China. I enjoyed you for coming on over. We got to talk about this manosphere thing because I got some questions to ask you.
You got some questions? Maybe
I do.
okay.
I do.
Okay.
Not bad, but sometimes you really need to get to know some things about
Right.
certain people. Not people, but the field, the general consensus over there. I know that it seems like they don't like women and they don't like gay men. It seems like
That
they don't like
no, it's
nobody.
not that. Listen, behind the scenes, them niggas are paying. Okay, you see, a couple of beef sector women went over there and ran away with one of the beef sector women ran away with El Nixon. I ain't gonna call her name because she said she ain't on
Oh, I know,
YouTube
I
no
know who
more.
you're talking about. But let me say this:
Child,
that was a hot mess, and I think people like him married that woman who had a awesome military career, and it seems like they're very attracted to women with power, but they only are attracted to them for control and to kind of debase them because they love the glamour and the power, but they don't like the assertiveness and that woman being in control. So their whole job is to make them
right?
confused, to make them think it's them, all of this stuff. And I see that not only in the manosphere, but I've seen that in the black sector. Not everybody in the black sector, but I've seen a great deal of that. Women paying to go fly out to see these men,
But
and
you
then they
know,
get
Cola is
dogged
my
out.
friend. Cola is my real friend, and there's so much tea behind that. But I don't say her
Well, let me
name.
say
But
this:
that's my friend.
I think Cola was a strong woman, and I listened to Cola, and I'm like,
She is.
man, you messing this up, and this lady is, and then the lies, because it was some lot of lies, and then we're finding,
Child.
and again, she was very dignified, and then how he was trying to shut her up. I'm like, dude, this is a problem, and
He's
I
a
mean, I'm like,
narcissist.
yeah, I'm like, do you like your mama? Because I think some people had some mama issues. I don't know if these mamas been abusing
A
these
lot of them
boys or doing
do.
something.
A
Okay,
lot of them do. But I have to go to turn, try to put these kids to
okay.
sleep. But I love you. Thank you. Bye.
You take care. Bye.
Bye.
Wow. Yeah. Well, look, y'all, it was good tonight. I really appreciate everybody taking the time out to come here. I really didn't get into depth with some things because I just deal with the surface of it. I'm not trying to get into the deepness of it and all of this. People are going to think the way they want. People run plays. People try to divide and conquer. And my thing is, where there's unity, there's strength. But where there's division, people can conquer. And I think that's what the whole goal is. And this is why Black people shouldn't be fighting other minorities coming in, because if people can divide us, then they can take. And this is what Denzel Washington's character on The Great Debaters was saying. He was telling the Black pig farmers and the white pig farmers, y'all all poor, and who making the money? And he was trying to get them unionized because he knew that if they got together, they would have more leverage. And let me tell you something, wealthy one percenters, they don't care about you middle class folk. They care about their status quo and making money. And if they can keep you divided, then they can make more money. And we don't tend to get that. So I think some of these same plays that we see out there, people try to play these plays in the beef sector as well. So that's me. Don't be blowing my kisses out there, brother Jay. Blow me one. Let me say hey to my girl. What's up? What's up? I hope you are doing well. Patricia. Ooh, Lord Jesus. So thank you, China White, for joining. Yeah, it was really good. So I want to give a shout out to Patricia. Miss Patricia out there. Miss Patricia's a strong woman. I really like Miss Patricia. She's really funny. She's fun. She's fun. So okay, you called it now. You can't be playing with me and Wolverine at the same time. Okay, all right, baby. Let me tell you something. Wolverine was about to get got down in Miami because Miss Patricia had her eyes set on him. Okay, she had her eyes on him, and you know what? He was flirting right on back. Okay, but Patricia loves me, but baby, her heart belongs to Wolverine, and I'm not talking about the man on the X Factor. I'm talking about, but Patricia. I'm gonna say though that Mercedes Benz electric SUV was very nice. It was very look. It was very nice, niece. It was very nice. What's up, Deidre? It was very nice. But we went to go get items for the party, and then he just bought all the liquor. But baby, that SUV was everything. That Mercedes, not Mercedes, but that Mercedes Benz, it was very nice. So yeah, so we had a good time in Miami. Yes, so we're gonna do it again. So Miss Patricia, we're gonna do something with Miss Patricia. We might be out your way now. It's not etched in stone, and I'm not promising this, but we may be in the Poconos. But I will let you know. That may be a possibility. We may be in the Poconos. So I'm just letting you know. Lord have mercy. It was a ride, wasn't it, Miss Patricia? Now, if we go in the Poconos, Miss Patricia gonna go ahead and drive on over. She gonna take the train out, or she gonna drive on over. You know. So we looking at a lot of places. So Ebony, you think we should go to Williamsburg? You think we should go to Williamsburg, Virginia, and then go to Busch Gardens? Okay, we go to Busch Gardens and go to Williamsburg. Yeah, Virginia is nice too. So we have a lot of places we can go, and then wind up going to Virginia Beach. Who y'all ain't know? So, because I got a lot of friends in the Hampton Roads area. Okay, Patricia. Wolverine would come. Wolverine would have been on the cruise, but he had another engagement. So yeah. Well, look, y'all. Ebony said she down. See, let me tell you something, y'all. These people have been on the trip with us, and we had a darn good time. I mean, Myrtle Beach. You know, I have never been to Myrtle Beach. I have never been to Myrtle Beach before. I've been to South Carolina numerous times, but I have been to the not the Eastern Shore, but the Outer Banks in North Carolina. I've been to the Outer Banks, and but never to the Eastern Shore. So that's something to think about. But we have a lot of places in mind. We might go to Napa Valley, go to the wine country. So there's a lot of places. Now I'm not gonna go to no place that's cold, so we can hang up Keystone and Aspen and Vail and all of those places. I don't like to do no cold places. Salt Lake City is out. I love Boise, Idaho, but that's out. So um See, so we would do Napa Valley, but we would come to San Fran. I think San Fran is a great place. And Marin County, those places. So we would look at places like that. You know, California overall is, but California can be pricey. Um, I don't know. We're gonna look at a lot of places. We may go to Biloxi. We may go to the Beau Rivage in Biloxi, Mississippi. Who knows? We may go to Foxwood. I'm not an Atlantic City fan, so that's totally. I don't. We definitely ain't going to Atlantic City. I'm just not an Atlantic City fan. But there are a lot of places we can go. We may go to Dollywood. Come on, Dollywood. Jolene, 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 Jolene. So we may go to Dollywood, baby. We just don't know. But we may go to Gurnee. We may go to Six Flags in Illinois. So there are a lot of places that we can girl Hawaii, Hawaii. Um, the Dominican Republic used to be the place, but all these people falling out and getting sick on planes and stuff, and I would love to go to Rio, but right now I'm going to try to stick to a domestic location. Um, this time, a domestic location. So you said do a West Coast meet and greet and an East Coast meet and greet. That might be the thing. That might be the thing. Do a West Coast meet and greet and have a coordinator with Vivian, and then do an East Coast, have a coordinator with Vivian. Yeah, me and Vivian talking about that. So that may be the thing to do, Catherine Powell. That may be the thing to do. So when we decide, we're gonna see where everybody's head is, if they're ready to come. It will be by invitation only, and how we will set it up. We'll set it up in a way that, yeah, we'll set it up. That's all I'm gonna say. But y'all, look, I gotta go because I gotta make a phone call. Y'all be blessed, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace and love. I want to thank all the content creators that were here, and y'all have a good one. Take care. Now we ain't going to Vegas. I'm tired of Vegas. I'm tired of Vegas. I'm Vegas out. So, prayers. Let me say this: prayers and safety to those people who are in the Northeast. We are aware that there was an earthquake that took place in New York, D.C. area, Philadelphia. So we're going to keep those people in prayer. As you all know, that they had a major 7 point, maybe 4 magnitude earthquake in Taiwan. Buildings were collapsing, mountains were coming down, boulders were coming down. So that big earthquake in Taiwan and that tsunami warning in Japan, I think it may have some connection. I'm not a seismologist, but I think that I feel that it may have had something to do. It seems like when there's an earthquake somewhere, one place, somebody else will get it. So we keep those people in New York in prayer. Yes, I mean, can you imagine being on the subway and it's shaking and what can you imagine being in one of them ultra thin? Baby, I would not want to be in an ultra thin high rise, much less a high rise, but definitely not an ultra thin like on Park Avenue. They have all of them ultra thin, super tall guy. Baby, I would not want to be in one of those right now. So keep those people in prayer in New York. And New York was not the only place. It seemed like it hit all the Northeast corridor. And so keep them in prayer. Ooh, your whole house shook. Jesus. Did any pots and pans and some cups fall down? Did anything fall down? Ooh, I'm just glad you're okay. My God, today. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all remember they had that earthquake in DC? I had never been in an earthquake before. Now, I've seen tornadoes, yes. Hurricanes, yes. Rainstorms, flood, yes. but I had never been in an earthquake. And as far as I'm concerned, I'd rather deal with weather that I can prepare for and put boards on the window and stuff, because that earthquake stuff ain't no joke. Not only does it tears your foundation up, but I never forget that when they had that earthquake in the DC area, it came all the way to Ohio. I was living in Dayton at the time, and I was on the fifth floor of a building. I had a corner office, and I was in that. And for some reason, y'all, I thought I was sick or nauseous because it seemed like things were moving. But baby, let me tell you something. When I saw them blinds swaying back and forth, and there was no wind blowing, baby, I hauled hell down them steps. And people thought I was crazy. They thought I was crazy. I'm like, y'all didn't see them blinds moving? I said them blinds was moving. I said it was an earthquake. And I guess some people didn't get it or feel it because I don't think it was strong enough, but I felt it. I felt off. I felt like I was sick or something. Come to find out it was an earthquake. And then we found out that they had that earthquake in New York, in DC, and it extended all the way to Ohio. The ground shook all the way in Ohio. And that was my first experience with the earthquake. And y'all, it was just the blind shaking, but it was enough for me to say, I don't want to go through no earthquake. Patricia said she started praying. Baby, let me say this. I felt like I was sick because I kept on seeing, I'm like, is this building swaying or is it me? Am I sick? And I'm like, and then all of a sudden I was in the office and the blinds just started hitting the window. And I'm like, oh, it's an earthquake. And I ran downstairs and people was like, and so some of my coworkers did not have windows in their offices. So I'm like, it's an earthquake. And people like, what? And they thought, but it was quite a few people downstairs with me as well because they felt it too. And sure enough, they had that earthquake in DC. You start feeling woozy. Ain't it the truth though? I felt like, am I sick? And in this the baby, I'm like, am I sick? And then I thought my glasses. I'm like, is my eyes? Is it, baby? It was an earthquake. It was an earthquake, beloveds. It was an earthquake. Because I was like, I was thinking, is it the burrito I ate? What is going on? And I'm like, do I need to go lay down? Do I need to go lie down? I'm like, what is going on? And it was showing up an earthquake all up in Ohio. Oh my God. So pray for those people in New York. Y'all, I gotta go. But it was good talking to you all. I'm sure it's gonna be more action happening, but we will see. Y'all take care. Peace and love. Bye. Have a good one.